right. Hello?
Hey.
It fucking worked this time. I probably screamed hello at you like 4 times. But if the phone don't work, it don't work, right? What are you up to? Oh shit, is it fucking Amanda, are you there? Fucking goddamn phone. You see what a pain in the ass this is. I mean, literally, she called me up. I was changing my clothes. Not literally changing my clothes. I was just struck ass naked here at my horse trailer. And she called me then. I told her to call me back in 10 minutes. She called me back in 10 minutes, and the phone, I couldn't hear what she was saying. I mean, I was saying hello, and nobody was answering. So this time, she called me again, and I answered it. Of course, I started making this video so that I could show you that, of course, the fucking phone's not working. Of course. So, we got a couple of minutes into the call there, and, well, lo and behold, fucking disconnected. Oh, what fun, right? I'm gonna call her back.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't think our phones like each other.
I guess not. Spirit.
Well, you're kind of broken up and digital sounding, so I'm listening to a digital Amanda.
Okay. Oh, that's weird.
Right? That's how everything's run today, is digital. So if there's a little bit of glitch, then it'll make your voice sound digital. I'm making some videos about the cops here, and trying to speak out, trying to get people to listen. There's a lot of folks who are going through this. But see, the other thing is we get to see how, and not trying to down on parents of autistic children, but you see how Black Lives Matter working together is getting stuff done. Even if people don't agree with, the actions of some individuals, they're not judging those individuals the same way that they're judging the police. Like, if there's one bad police officer, that doesn't mean that all cops are bad. And then there's the, oh, well, one bad apple is all it takes to ruin the bunch. Like, really? You change the rules, which are pretty mean that you're going to say based on whether you like or hate the person who's fucking speaking.
Yeah, I called because I saw your video of walking down the chapel that you were gonna go cuss out a cop.
Oh no, I wasn't going to cuss out a cop. It's illegal to curse out a cop. It's not illegal. So there is that. So you called me because I was going to go curse out a. That's cute. Fucking bad connection. Server unreachable. That's my life, huh? The biggest problem that I have is that without someone in person to speak for me, someone there to observe that my rights are not trampled, my rights are trampled. From day one, since before Natalie was even killed, I've been trying to get people to understand that. If you're a black person and you got a family, they're going to listen to you more than they listen to me, because your family goes in with you. If your family don't go in with you, well, you're SOL. They will probably arrest you for trying to turn in a police officer. Something that y'all aren't paying much attention to is most of you in houses only have roofs over your head because of help that you had. Help that most homeless people have never had. A lot of people wanted to be angry with me after Natalie died because there was GoFundMes, and apparently I got millions of dollars from these GoFundMes. Fuck no. I didn't get a single penny out of that. You know who did get money from GoFundMe? Natalie's real predators, like the dad who fucking molested her, raped her, sold her body to pay off his debts, and had her selling drugs on Pearl Street at 13 years of age. Let's see if the server is still unreachable. Although my phone is hot as hell. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to call her back, right? One thing I want you guys to remember and pay attention to. Two of my predators, Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett. You know, I have conversations with other people involved in that scenario. Like, well, Tabitha Michelle Cook, her speaking out about that incident or those incidents, and also Ken and Leah's drug use and how it's affected their children. We've also heard from Leah Plunkett's ex, her son's father. He talks about the corruption of the police in Boulder, about the dead bodies, about human trafficking, and about how law enforcement is heavily involved. You see, you really have to be a rotten piece of shit to join a police department this day and age. I personally believe in equality. But equality actually means equality to me. That means if you want equal rights, then you also have what? Equal responsibility. Equal responsibility. A lot of people want to talk about how responsible they are because they're parents. Most parents I know are not responsible. They didn't get pregnant because they were being responsible. Matter of fact, they got pregnant because they were being irresponsible, and life is grand, ain't it? Right now, I am making a post, and that post, I'm going to show you all here. All right, I just pressed the button so that it would post. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you why it is that I believe that all cops deserve the electric chair. Let's see. Here it is. This one right here. It stops with bad cops. Good cops don't let bad cops kill defenseless citizens. But it's not just killing people with guns or with batons. They're also killing these people with time. You only have one life to live. And these cops framing innocent people, taking away their lives, and destroying their chances at having any semblance of a decent life by pretending the homeless are the villains, by pretending minorities are the villains. We do need to fight us a civil war, but not over racism, over a government that doesn't represent any person alive except themselves. And obviously, they're not human, or they wouldn't do the things that they're doing to humans. A lot of y'all want to pretend like it's black folks worse than everybody else. That's definitely not the case. That is not to say that black folks aren't getting screwed, because they are. The poor are getting screwed. It's not a matter of skin color, and that's not to say that skin color doesn't have anything to do with it whatsoever. Hell, at this point, it's easier to get away with committing a crime against a white person. Of course, it's always been easier to get away with doing it to a homeless person. I know a lot of black people in houses. I do. And I don't know any of them who are fighting for homeless rights. None. There's a lot of black folks that I saw in Boulder that were targeted the same way as other homeless people. These black people were also homeless. And after every other homeless person in Boulder, they wanted to play like they were targeted because they're black. No, motherfucker, you were targeted because you're broke. Also, there's the safe place. If you're in your house, you have far less chances of having a police encounter. Now, I know some of you idiots are going to want to say shit about that no-knock raid stuff where innocent people are killed. You know, that happens on a much, much more rare occasion than homeless people being murdered by police. Why is that? Because in most cases, those of you in houses, you're safely inside of your house, whereas a homeless person isn't safely anywhere. They're subject to victimization by anyone at any point in time who had a bad day. Let's say you had a bad day because the police confused you for a homeless person, right? So you had to deal with a bunch of shit that the homeless people have to deal with. But you want to pretend that it's because you're black, especially because you've been told your whole life that it's because you're black. No, it's because you're broke. Native Americans ain't black. This shit's happening to them too, ain't it? How many homeless people are black? Are all homeless people black? No. Which homeless people does Black Lives care about? Black Lives Matter, but only if they live in houses. Black Lives Matter doesn't give two shits about homeless black people, do they? How many of the hundreds of homeless black people that were murdered last year has Black Lives Matters bothered to take care of? Not a single one. And the only 3 cases that I saw that people actually attempted to pick up, they tried to make out to be racist. Of the 7 assaulted South, Whale, and Lolotai,